Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. This is episode 9. This is the spoilers to the movie. You haven't seen the movie, go see it and come back and see what my thoughts and opinions on the movie. I'm going to trying to take it step by step of each scene. So the movie starts out with Kylo Ren on a planet. He's killing everybody inside with the First Order stormtroopers, and he goes and picks up looks like a holocron, like a Sith holocron. He takes it in his ship, he hooks it up, and he flies through this like a Red Sea type of void objects. Takes it to another planet, it's like water and stuff. He lands and goes in this big, massive temple, you say. Goes down the elevator, like an elevator platform, just down. He's walking and he hears, first spoiler, Palpatine. He goes and encounters Palpatine. Palpatine tells him, like the trailer, you've seen the trailer, I've been waiting for you, my boy. I've been everything inside your head. Snoke, Vader, stuff. So basically, first off, it's saying you see a tank, looks like Snoke. So basically, Snoke's a clone. So basically, Snoke's a clone of Palpatine. So you get the first scene of Palpatine. He's basically hanging. He's alive. He's alive. He's very ugly, nasty. Couple of things. He's like hideous. He's barely alive. He's hanging. He basically tells Kylo, you could be the new Emperor. You could be the new Emperor. All you need to do is kill Rey. Kill her, kill the scavenger, kill Rey, and I can provide you with a new Emperor. So Kylo's like, okay, I'll do it. Basically, and then next thing you see the Star Destroyers rise up from the ocean, and where Palpatine was at. I can't remember the planet. I do apologize. He rises. You got massive number, hundreds of Star Destroyers. Okay, next one. I'm not gonna be 100%. I think I'm correct. Poe, Finn, Chewbacca, B8, and Caesar are flying through. They're in space. They're going to that. If you remember the trailer, the TIE Fighters flying. They're getting information that there's a spy in the First Order. They're getting information, stuff like that. There's a spy. There's a spy in the First Order. He's getting information that they escape. TIE Fighters chase out. They escape. There's one part in the movie that they almost get ate by a worm. Reminiscence of Empire Strikes Back. They also do something I've never seen, which is hyperspace like jump. They jump to multiple hypers. They go to different planets. They escape. While this is going on, Rey's back on the Resistance training. When you notice her training, she has those training droids around, and she's wearing that helmet that way she can't see. Brings you back to Episode 4, New Hope. So she's trained. She's getting frustrated. She can't complete the course. Finn and Poe come back. They have the information. Basically, the Emperor is still alive. Emperor Palpatine's still alive. He's going to do one more. You don't submit to his demands. He's going to execute this last order. So anyway, they decided. However, Luke is gone. They left Dot, and Luke's been trying to find something where this planet where Palpatine was. So they look. Ray goes back and I know where we could possibly find him, but we need to find this person that has this another holocron, basically. So they are on. I can't remember all the scenes off the top of my head. Kylo replaces Matt, so they go. Rey and everybody else goes to the one planet where this person's supposed to be at. And you have the connection between Rey and Kylo. They're interacting, and she's wearing this thing. Next thing he takes it, that's when he knows where she's at. So they have to hurry up and find where this plane. And they go, and also they get saved by the stormtroopers. The first stormtroopers are there. They're gonna looks like they're gonna get arrested. Next thing you know, somebody saves him. Turns out to be spoiler, Lando Calrissian. When he's there already, he doesn't fly, but he tells them where that ship's at with that guy who was supposed to have this holocron. So they go out there. They're being chased by the First Order. stormtroopers, they get rid of them, and they crash, and Reyes gets distracted, and they end up crashing, and they end up falling like quicksand, they fall under. However, Finn's trying to tell her something. I need to tell you something. I've been telling you for a long time. I'm going to stop right there for a minute and say I think he's going to tell her that he loves her, but we don't spoil it. He doesn't say it. He doesn't say, but we know what he's going to say. So they're like, what are you going to tell her? Like, I ain't telling her. So they go down. They find out the person they're looking for is already dead. So he's dead. He's been dead. They run into a big snake. Rey finds, just slowly approaching, not to, I don't. Finn's like, don't shoot it, don't shoot. He's holding the lightsaber. It's like, then Rey uses force heal. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Palpatine tells Rey when he meets him, don't underestimate her power. You don't know who she really is. So, meanwhile, what was I gonna say here? I'm trying to think how it goes. They get out. They're going to search. They're going to take a ship because they can't get back to the Falcon and stuff. While they're at Rey's kind of off the distance, she knows Kylo's coming. They basically tell Chewie, go after and go get her. Tell her, come on, let's get out of here. Alright. So she shows up. Ren's going after her. She jumps, cuts this TIE fighter in half. However, when Finn goes to find Chewie is captured. Chewie's taking Hostetler, put him on board the ship. So basically, Finn's out. We gotta go. They got Chewie. Come on, let's go. While the planes escape, she reaches out for him, slowly grabs it, pulls it down. Meanwhile, Kylo walking towards him, surrounding the crash and stuff, and he pulls her, having a tug. However, and they're still pulling her strong like the lightsaber. However, she activated a new force power. Spoiler, lightning. As we all know, there's only a couple people in Star Wars in this whole saga that can do force lightning. Number 1, Count Dooku, and number 2, Palpatine. So, how she used force lightning, the shit explodes. She thinks she kills Chewbacca. She doesn't know. She's like shocked. She's like shocked. She's in shock that she killed him and stuff. Gotta finish the mission, so they go to. They find. Well, however, before I go to the next part, they did find a dagger, but they can't translate. C-3PO can't translate the language of the Sith. The only way he can do that is he has a complete memory wipe. So they go to a planet. I can't remember the planet's name. It's a night in city where Poe knows. They fly to it, so they try to find someone that can help give C-3PO memory wiped. So they do that. He knows somebody. They find out that Poe Dameron used to be a spice runner. He's on that plane. He knows somebody on the planet that escaped. You left us here. You could say former love of his. Or colleague or something like that. They go there. And they get C-3PO. He reads the thing about the Sith, about the Hulk, about where it's at. Where with this holocron, well, it's not, they didn't say holocron, but I call it holocron. Where it's at, so they find out where it's at. Then you have ultra-called ships show up. Kylo Ren's Starfighter, TIE Fighter, has the Knights of Ren with him. They go, they find out Chewie's still alive. They find out he's still alive. She's on different. They go on Ren's Star Destroyer. They go and rescue him. And enters his core. Rey enters his core. They have another force. They're between the force and having a battle. It turns out Ren knows where she's at. She's on board the Star Destroyer. They rescue Chewie. It turns out the spy turns out to be Huxley Swan. He gets shot and he gets killed in that. So they rescue Chewie. They get out of there and stuff. So the next place they go, where this Holocaust was located, was Endor. Back to Episode 6, where the remains of the last second Death Star. The remains of that. So They can't go. They meet this local that's been there. They can't get. It turns out to be the new female lead character. I can't remember her name. I do apologize about that. But they tell her that can't go through there because of the storm. Her offending her rad because she was a stormtrooper herself. They didn't. They tell us. She tells us that we couldn't do it. They told her to kill people. We couldn't do it. We put our blasters down. We've been hiding. They're like they're on horses and stuff like that. But basically, where's Rey? And she just takes off and goes to the remains of the Death Star. She enters the room. She doesn't. Kylo's telling her, "I didn't know who you are more. You didn't want to know the truth." Blah blah blah. She finds finds a holocron. They have an encounter where what's it called takes it and takes the holocron. Kylo takes the holocron, destroys it. Duel for lightsaber duel with it, and then on top of the remains of the Death Star. However, Leia senses all this, so she's going to use what her left of her life and use the Force to call to her son. She knows, and Maz knows that she's going to go. She's going to pass. It's her time. So, how they're fighting, Finn tells her, "Come on, get out of here, let's go." They're fighting. Next thing you know, she is about to, Kyron's about to kill Rey, and you can ready. Then you hear Leia reach out Ben in the Force, and he stops. I mean, he gets stabbed by Rey. He stops and drops, and the next thing you know, you see her pass. Leia's gone. She goes. She's now one with the Force. She dies. Spoiler: she dies. Okay, so while that's happening, Rey consents. Kylo consents, and then the wound. She looks at him like emotional. She's not happy. She's a wreck. She's emotionally wrecked. She used the Force to heal his wound. Then she leaves and takes his ship and flies away. However, the others fly away. Kylo's healed, and he, spoiler, say it right now, spoiler, sees Han Solo again. Tells him it's time to come back, time to come home. He's telling him, I don't know how I can do it. He does. And the next thing you know, you see him throw his lightsaber into the ocean. Basically, he's now no longer Kylo Ren. He's now Ben Solo. So anyway, we go see Rey. She's back on Octu. Basically Octu. The TIE fighter she stole crashed. She doesn't know what to do. She's ready to. She throws her lightsaber in the fire. She's emotional wreck. And she's like, she can't believe who she is. She's basically, before I tell you, we go back a little bit. I'm trying to remember things. Basically tells her that she's basically a Palpatine. I don't know if it's the son or daughter that Palpatine had, either one. So she basically tells him that she's a granddaughter of Palpatine. Palpatine had purpose behind the killing. Tell her to kill his thing because he wants to bring her to him. And they had him killed. So she's on Jakku. They try to protect her, kept her hidden. Anyway, back to the where I left off. So she's there. She throws a lightsaber. Next thing you see a lightsaber caught. Spoiler: Force goes loose. Say this is not how I treated your weapon, stuff like that. He said I was wrong. I was afraid. I became fearful. Stuff they tell convincing Rey. Like it goes back to episode 6 where Kenobi can convince her to go finish the mission. Basically, go finish what we started. Like in episode 6 where Obi-Wan tells her you gotta confront Vader. This one she gets to confront Palpatine. You gotta confront your fear. It's a part of the Jedi way. You guys, she selected. You guys knew about it, and then you knew I was Palpatine's daughter and stuff like that. Besides, so she gives him the lightsaber back, and Luke raises the X-wing, his X-wing. And she flies, and you have all you need. The holocron's in Kylo's ship. She takes the holocron, puts the hooks up, and she flies. They transfer all this stuff over. There's not enough. Alright. Get a little ahead of myself. I'm doing my best here when it comes to spoilers. Alright, you can tell. So, she flies. They go back to the base. They ran. Not Kylo Ren, but Poe Dameron and Finn and the others go back to the base. And they find out Leia's gone. She's now when the Force she left. She's now gone. She's on the Force. Basically, it's now General Poe Dameron. He's control everything. They find out Rey's transmitted. They're going. She knows where Palpatine's hidden. So they fly. They fly later on. They find out with her. So basically, she lands. She goes down and sees how he welcome Empress to the whole full welcome Empress. So basically, well, that's it going on. And you have everybody else showing up with their crews. There's not many, but we'll get us in. Maybe they'll come back. We'll show them that we can fight. Before we go way back, before they arrive and stuff, I'm skipping ahead. There's one part where one Star Destroyer lane goes to a planet, shoots a laser, destroys it. Destroys the whole planet. So now these Star Destroyers that came from where Palpatine's at has the ability to destroy has the power to destroy a planet, basically Death Star. Which, if I recall, there is one game if you play Empire at War. Where you're the second one, the second Empire War on the PC, you do have a power. There's a Star Destroyer that has the power to destroy a planet. So that is done. They can do it. But this one's like a red laser, so it's not green. So like the original. Anyway, so going ahead, she goes and confronts Palpatine. She confronts him. So she confronts Palpatine, and the others are in a space battle. She goes and confronts him. You must continue the ritual. He's trying to pull her. You must continue so I can go to you and take and be the new emperor roaming through the new body. You tell he's still hanging. And, he's still alive. He's hideous looking. So, anyway. They're fighting. He basically telling him your friends are going to die. You don't do it. We go through the ritual. So, basically, how Ben Solo shows up. He has no weapon, nothing. He uses the Force, and she sees she's about to complete the ritual. However, I get one part she does encounter her dark side, so she has a double blade light. So this could be you, blah 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 blah. Okay. So she goes, she holds a lightsaber, and she looks, and she sees the Force through the vision of Kylo. They connected, and she sees it's not Kylo Ren, it's Ben Solo again. So she puts the lightsaber back there, and then she gets to Kylo, which is Ben Solo. He kills the Knights of Ren. Then he's going to help her. Before I forget, there's one part I did forget to mention. Luke gives Rey Leia's saber. Once you use it at the end for Palp, use it for Palp at the end. Because they do, I like the flash. And before that, they do a flashback of Leia's Jedi train, where she had her lightsaber, with train with Luke. I like the flashback. You see young Luke getting on Leia train, and she told Luke, "I see at the end of her train, I see the death of my son." So she gave him back the lightsaber, and that's how it. Okay, now I remember things I go along down to spoilers. So anyway, So she sees him, she gets the lightsaber, Kylo destroys him, he goes and helps Rey. However, Palpatine says no, takes his hands, drains him alive. He's not, he's full heal, and you see his eyes are full Sith. So they basically, Kylo's trying to get up. He just used the Force, throws him in the hole, because he's the most powerful in this one, not Rey. So, meanwhile, on the other hand, you get the others landing. The others, more to say, almost like a million ships show up, and they're going to attack the remaining the other Star Destroyers. What's about the Palpatine's army and stuff like that, capabilities. So there, and basically, you have the other Jedi Knights tell other past Jedi like Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke, Anakin, Luke, Ahsoka. This is not the end. They give her the energy to stand up against Palpatine. He uses Force Lightning trying to kill. She blocks it, keeps on blocking it. Then she gets the other saber, blues two, and just pushed him, forced back, and pretty much annihilates him in the end. Spoiler, annihilates him in the end. But the thing that is, like I mentioned before, he shoots lightning in the sky, which just makes him so godlike. Godlike, you can't defeat me, I'm all Sith, blah, 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 blah. So, he's like God, destroys a bunch of ships in the process, which is pretty neat. Before I forget, there's Poe and the new girl. They're on the horses. They have to stop them from the ships from getting up in the atmosphere, escaping. They do that. They blow up the one command ship and stuff like that. Before I forget, I'm leaving parts out. This is not 100% plot by plot. I'm trying to remember everything I remember from the scene on Christmas Eve. But so basically, she kills him. She kills Pal. They explode. She knocks her, kills her. However, you see Ben Solo wounded, making his way back. He wounded, crawls over to her and stuff, and she's gone. She's dead. She's dead. He uses the force heal to heal her. She's back. Revive her. She's back. She looks at. She's like happy. It's like Ben kisses. Then he dies. Ben Solo dies. He's now one with the Force. He dies, and next thing you see, the Resistance beating, destroying all the Star Destroyers, winning them everything, and she takes off, and it looks X-Wing fly. Everybody's back. Like the celebration, it's over. It's finally over. She goes to Tatooine and takes Anakin's, Luke's, and Leia's, and buries them. She goes back to Episode 4, goes back to her Tatooine where everything's basically started from, Episode 4, and buries them. This one person, then she has a lightsaber on. It's a yellow, and it's orange yellow color, and it's like from her staff. And this person says, "Who are you?" They say, "Who are you?" "I'm Rey," but she doesn't. And she looks off the distance. She sees Leia and Luke, the ghost. That's what goes, and he says, "I'm Rey Skywalker," and that's pretty much the end of the video. I did okay. Telling the spoilers, I do apologize for not getting a specific order. I'm jumping everywhere, but overall, that's what really how it turns out. Rey's Palpatine. You get to see Luke and Leia train in a flashback. You get to hear all the past Jedi's voices. Ben Solo's redeemed. He comes back as a Jedi. Leia dies in the end. Leia dies. Palpatine is finally defeated once and for all. And there's some things I didn't like about that. I mean, you can say, it's how did they brought back Han Solo. He already knows that he just come back as Horcrux. Is he a memory of some sort, or something like that? I didn't like that. I didn't like the part where she said, "I'm a Skywalker." You're not a Skywalker. You're a Palpatine. You're not. Like she said, "I'm Rey Palpatine, the last of the Jedi." So I didn't like that. I didn't like how all the resistant ships show up at one, like a million. I can see enough where it's like they all show up at different times, more. I like that. I didn't throw this one in the spoiler, but there is a spoiler. I like the fact you get to see Wedge again in the movie. He's back. Wedge, the original Wedge, is cool. If that's him in one part, I did like that. But like I said, I didn't like how Han comes back. He's not a Force ghost. He's already dead. I like Luke coming back. I didn't like how Rey says Palp. I didn't like how the end fight was. I thought would they keep him? I didn't like how Palpatine, because he was annihilated so easily. I mean, I thought we might see him be more. I mean, we see him use the Force lightning. I thought it might be I could like to see maybe one more, or something that he able to detach himself and still able to fight, but you know, he does detach, but he uses stuff, but not use force lightning. Maybe he's out of lightsaber so he can fight them both, but he has to go back to force lightning. I didn't like the last battle too much. I thought it could be different. Him surviving a little bit longer, not as much as you see him just holding his own, how he was wiped out so easily. I thought we might see Anakin Skywalker come back and help, but he doesn't because he's now one with the Force. He gave up his life. He's got nothing to, you know, because he saved his son in 6. So the things I didn't like was Han Solo coming back. He's not a Force ghost. He's just basically a ghost, like a memory. He tells basically help redeem Kylo Ren from back Ben Solo. Palpatine's battle, the last part, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like how he was easily wiped out clean, stuff like that. The stars, all the resistance fighters, all like a million showed up. I didn't like how they all showed up. I just wanted they should show like multiple different times they all showed up and help in the air. That'd be better. I didn't like how Rey said she's a Skywalker, she's not a Skywalker, she's a Palpatine, but it's not gonna be bad. I mean, overall the movie was good. There's some things I would change, stuff like that, but overall the movie is good. So that's it of the spoiler review of Rise of Skywalker. Will there be some things I would change? Of course. There is things I like, yes. So, anyway, I hope you like my spoiler review. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I thank all my subscribers for subscribing to my channel, and hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Take care, stay safe, stay humble, and be a blessing.